Hi guys, my name is John Grant. I'm Orange Adron in the game EvE Online. I'm here in a cheetah. It's a little bit oddly fit. I use it for zooming around cloaked in space really quickly, so it's all speed fit. I have just T2 probe launcher. Let's quickly look at my skills here. As you can see here, I don't have great scanning skills. Astrometrics 5. I mainly got that for Black Ops. I have another toon that's perfectly scans fine. I'm just showing you what happens on this character. Again, I'm using Siggy, so my Siggy map here. My wormhole me and a friend have found, and I'm just going through this list of signatures, and I've got a couple left here. I'd like to show you a few tips and tricks that I found with the new map system. So first I'm going to zoom in here. You can see I think this is a bug actually. Probes don't look correct. I think I've been scanning and I've come out. Yeah, there we go, that looks better. Okay, first off, I would like to show what I've turned on and off. I've turned off the scanner probes here. The reason why I turned them off, like even though you can double click on them and it will center for your view, and for some reason it's actually running really slow. It was running really fine earlier, but I'm only getting like 14. Fraps is telling me 14 frames per second. I don't know why that is. But it tends to be pretty quick. I think it's better than the other mapping system in a lot of ways, and I'll show you how. I turn off these scanner probes because they get in the way, so let me just show you what happens if I then try and get on the face of my scanner. I can't move it, so they just get in the way. They're not kind of nice if you wanted to double click them and center your view, but in what I need them for, I'm just going to turn that off. So I don't need that. Here's my scanner view here. This is how I lay my view out. I do a bit of PvP, so anyway. I minimize my probes up here, but I do just select them from time to time, double click on them, and it will center them on the probe. So let me just show you how that works. Move that over there, double click on these probes over here, and it moves my view over to them. I'm constantly moving in and out of these probes and spinning around and having a look at things. So I've got these two SIGs over here. I left click in space to move around. If you left click and grab one of these, they highlight. See how the spheres highlight, and when I drag that controls the range of them here. So that's how I control the size of my probes up here. I'm just gonna drag these over here. I'm gonna bring them down a bit. I know that they're gonna be kind of close to the planet, and I'm just gonna double click a probe to get back to it. You can also double click, other objects in space. It's really nice. I really like that. If you have a bookmark, the cool thing about combat scanning is if you have a bookmark of somewhere close to where they may be, you can double click it, put your probes on it. It's much better in my opinion when it's not running at 14 frames a second, which this seems to be. I'm sure that's a performance issue and they're probably working on it. So I'm going to just scan that now. Watch my terrible scan skills in action. Great, and here's another really cool thing. You couldn't do this easily in the old map, is that when... let me show you something that's quite interesting. If I zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. See how they start piling up? I can actually mouse over here. It's not going to let me do it now. I just did it earlier. Let's see there we go. I can actually mouse over here and I can double click the cosmic signature from a list of grouped cosmic signatures and celestials, and that's really nice. I like that. It's very cool. Couldn't do that before. It all get jumbled up. Zoom in here, bring my probes down. I know I can probably go down to 2 AU. There we go. I'm just watching them over here. Zoom in, pan around. That looks pretty good. Boom. Neat thing is I'm scanning this one, and I can scan this one next. I can just double click it, and you can also, like you did before, double click these items here to move around in space. There it is. Now with circles, it's always the point on the circle furthest away from the center of your probes. So it's going to be this corner here. If you have a look at there, it's going to probably, to be honest, it's going to probably be like that. I'm just going to zoom down a bit to 1 AU. I'm doing this in full screen mode. I find it you get everything overlaid just like in the old map. It's great for wormhole life. And it's a wormhole. It's a pretty small wormhole, so I'm guessing it's probably a 1 bil mass wormhole or something, which I think the static is actually. So take down 0.25 if feeling lucky. Wow. Denied. And that's not unusual to this map view, that's just my scanning skills. That would happen in the old one as well. That's alright, when it's not running at 14 frames a second, I mean it's still usable. I'm not terribly concerned, and I'm sure it's going to get better. I don't know, maybe my fraps is an issue or not. No, I can come back over here. Hide my local for now. And eventually I'll get my probes over here. Like so. I'm just going to take it to 2 AU because I know it's not been found yet. You know, not close enough. Unknown parts of space, larger ships, so it's a C3 or a C2, it's just a guess I don't really care about. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, seems to hang. Okay, here we go. Alright, by looking at this wormhole, let's have a look here. It's got the red in it, so it's definitely a C3. So I'm just going to quickly bookmark this. I'm going to say it's my static C3, and it's going to be also the static one. So that's how I bookmark my wormholes. I have a little echelon next to things that are important like statics, all the way back to a wormhole that I want to get to. Then I've got just saying static, that actually is wrong. This should be probably my A chain. C4, it's the first C4 that I've found, so it's A, and it's a frigate sized hole, or if I find it EOL, I put EOL, end of life, so it's already within its 4 hours of dying, which is fine. Alright, I hope you learned something in how I use the new map. I think it's pretty great. There's a lot of angst over things that are changing, but you know, when wormholes were introduced and people couldn't even live in them, or they thought logistically they weren't going to be possible, people made it possible, and I think that's one great thing about our community, is that we go forth and we try and kill things that are unkillable, we try and live in places we're not supposed to live in. So go forth, use these features, and I think you'll love them. Okay, see you.